Envoys Dialogue. So we already have with us Ambassador Aliki. Ambassador Aliki is from Greece. She's Ambassador of Greece to India. Yeah, please. We also have with us Miss Ambre Eyoum. She's Diplomatic Advisor to the French President, Special Envoy for IMEC. She'll be joining us from Paris. Ambassador, may I start the conversation with you, Ambassador Aliki? You know, we all are seeing that, you know, IMEC has a great potential. And most of the, you know, ports are there in Greece who would be offering us, you know, their landing points. Help us in understanding the Greek view of, you know, IMEC. We see that, you know, Italy has already appointed the new envoy. France has also appointed envoy. When can we see somebody, a points person, coming in from the Greece side? The mic is yours.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me thank you for giving me this opportunity to join you in this most interesting conclave on IMEC. It's very important to me, it's very important to Greece to participate because of the concept that we have on IMEC specifically. Okay. I consider myself very lucky to have been posted here in India at this time. First of all, of course, because the relationship of the two countries, Greece and India, has been upgraded in an amazing rate this last couple of years, but also for having the opportunity to watch such projects and such inspirational projects as the IMEC being discussed and hopefully in the future, near future, starting to be materialized. How do we see IMEC from the Greek point of view? We believe it has a transformative capability, and it's conceived for the future, with the idea of the corridor, but not only for goods, but for data, for energy. It's a corridor for the 21st century. It can be a bridge that will connect different parts of the world. I will quote my minister that visited Delhi in February and had a discussion and a speech, and he said that up to now we had regional integration in South Asia, in the EU, where Greece is a proud member. Now it's the time for intra-regional connection, and that is the IMEC project. From a strategic point of view, we consider that it could be an important component of a new security architecture that would bring stability and prosperity to all the members, all the players, all the countries that will participate. Do you want me to continue to talk about how? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Why Greece? Why would Greece participate? Why is Greece interesting in the framework of IMEC? You only have to look at the map to understand why. The geographic position, you know, they always say location, location, location. The geographic position of Greece is at the point where it connects what you call West Asia, Middle East, Asia, with Europe, and on the other side of Mediterranean, Africa. So you just have to connect the dots, and you see the importance of our position in IMEC. Specifically and practically, infrastructures that we are upgrading, human capital, the shipping sector, that's quite important to Greece, proximity to Eastern Europe, Eastern European countries, and of course, a series of ports that are there and are upgraded, or we are upgrading them, their logistics, and we think they are in a very good position to be connected to IMEC.
When you do the analysis of IMEC, how much do you think that Greece economy would get direct impact because this connectivity would be there? There would be more freight coming from India as well as from the Middle East. What sort of impact do you see that it will have on Greece's own economy? Do you think it will improve the logistics movement for the ships coming out of Greece, plus a lot of things which would be reaching Europe? Because geopolitically, if you see, Greece is very nicely poised, and on the one side you have the developed Western Europe, and the other side we also see more progressively developing the eastern side of Europe, and Greece could be the middle point, unlike the other countries.
Thank you very much.
Do you think there is some impact or some analysis has been done on this?
Yes, right now we already have projects partly funded by the EU in order to upgrade infrastructures, but participation in such a big project, of course, will give a boost to our infrastructures. Also, Greece is already, I would say, a hub for energy, and specifically green energy. That also it would be very important to Greece, but mostly, and of course you mentioned shipping. The Greek fleet is quite important, and shipping is one of the main industries of my country. But mostly we think that we are very well positioned to become a gateway to the whole European Union. And we all hope that trade with the EU will develop soon. We're negotiating, as you know, a free trade agreement between India and Greece and the EU, which would boost trade, of course. And specifically for Greece, we have the project to double at least the trade flows by 2030, and I think the participation to such a corridor, of course, will help in this exchange and flow of goods and energy and data.
Ambassador, with your permission, let me also bring in the French envoy, Miss Ambre, Eyoum. Bonjour. Can we have her?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We want to hear the French perspective as well. And especially when, we all see that France was the first country to appoint the envoy, and they have shown all the seriousness. We also want to understand from you that, how do you see this cotton highway being built up? And what is the perspective, what is the expectation France has from West Asia as well as from India?
Well, first of all, thank you for this invitation. It's a pleasure to participate remotely to this conference and to represent the French Special Envoy, Mr. Mestralet. As you mentioned, France has been the first country to nominate a Special Envoy. And for that, the President has chosen an industry veteran, since Mr. Mestralet has been the chairman and executive CEO of a major energy and utility company for more than 20 years in France called Engie. So he is one of the prominent private sector figure in France. And before his mandate for IMEC, he has also been in charge of developing a French public touristic agency in Saudi Arabia called Halula over the last 5 years. So to end with this preliminary introduction, I would also say that this is our first participation to a conference organized by a think tank in India. So we are pleased to do so, and very interested in the quality of the agenda that you are presenting today, which will contribute to the conversation on IMEC. So I will cover the 3 points that you mentioned. What has been the main engagement on the diplomatic front from France over the past year, to reflect on the role of think tank to help structuring the IMEC dynamic, and what are the key milestones from our perspective. So IMEC is a major geoeconomic project which remains at a preliminary stage. And as you know, in the absence of collective meetings since the signature of the MOU on the sideline of the Leaders Summit of the G20 in New Delhi, the special envoy from France has been engaging with multiple bilateral meetings over the past year. And I would like to stress that the France-India partnership has been instrumental for this. The kickoff of the mission of the French Special Envoy has been on the sideline of the President's visit during the Republic Day in late January 2024. And in 2024, the Special Envoy came back in total 3 times in India to engage with field visits of infrastructure, such as in Andhra, to discover the special economic zone and the port infrastructure, but also to have multiple political meetings in New Delhi. This multiple exchange have contributing to aligning the vision between the two countries and also to have shared views on the priorities that should be implemented for IMEC. One of the outcomes also of this political engagement has been to consider that IMEC is now one of the axes of the trilateral format between the 3 Ministry of Foreign Affairs, between India, the United Arab Emirates, and France. And this will also help structuring the dynamic between the 3 countries. And the first legs, we say the maritime leg of IMEC, which is today the most concrete one. To broaden the perspective, the diplomatic engagement have covered different geographies. The mission last year of the Special Envoy started with contact in Brussels, as the Commission is a signatory of IMEC, with Gulf countries, with Emirates, but also Saudi Arabia earlier this year, and in the US before Trump election, but also with new contacts established with the new administration, which will be instrumental for shaping a shared vision for IMEC. I would like to mention that part of the complexity for IMEC is the diversity of stakeholders, but also the heterogeneity of the portfolio covered. In most of the country, IMEC is followed at high level by ministers or advisor of the chief of states, but it is not necessarily followed by the same type of portfolio. In some countries, this is the Minister of Energy. In some others, this is the Minister of Investment. In some countries, such as India, this is the National Security Advisor, which is on the lead. So you also have to address this aspect to be able to identify the right point of contact and to capture what is the priority of the different countries. And this has been the work that we have been doing for more than a year with the support of the diplomatic network.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
We'll come back to you because, you know, we also have with us Ambassador Aliki, so maybe have a bit of Greek flavor into the conversation as well. So I'll come back to you about the second half of your conversation. Ambassador, we want to understand one thing as well, that, you know, we are also talking about the alternative energy. You know, this corridor should also be taking the electricity from one side to the other and use this time zone as a storage and, you know, bring one sun, one grid reality to the world. What is a Greek view into this conversation? Do you see that connectivity, you know, with the Middle East, plus connectivity with the Indian shores? Do you see, you know, possibility of emergence of these type of ideas, or what is your thought process? And briefly, if you can also touch about the hydrogen corridors, that how, you know, we can build that.
I will not go into that specific, but I would say that right now Greece is a champion in renewables. Thanks to the solar energy and wind energy, we are in second position concerning the mix of the part of renewable energy in our mix energy. Also, there are many different projects of connectivity in different sorts of energy, electrical, also gas, renewables, with different neighbors around Greece, in the Mediterranean mainly, and also in the Balkan countries. So we really consider ourselves a hub, and we hope that this can be integrated into the IMEC project. But you'll allow me to go back, because you asked me something and I didn't reply, and my French colleague has explained the job of the special envoy and the people that are, supporting him, and also you told, I didn't know, Italy has appointed a special envoy. Yes, of course, there is a big discussion in Greece right now to find the right profile of the person that would be the focus point on IMEC, and I think that what is very important is what happened in France, in where the person that is responsible connects the private and the public sector, which is a big challenge for IMEC in general. That is how you combine the two, what synergies there will be, what kind of investments and what kind of projects between public and private sector. And even I saw the CV of my colleague here. She was in the private sector in the past, isn't it? And now she integrated the public sector. So it's an example. So we are trying to figure out our own profile in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah, if I may jump on this point, I completely take your point. One of the challenges is to navigate between public and private sector. The profile of the special envoy is also an experienced profile with mega project, which will help at some point. And I also have this both experience. And but I think that one of the strengths of IMEC will be to have complementarities on the interconnection points, so which include Greece, but also on the profile, we will be around the table. And this is really the way also we should approach the governance challenges.
Absolutely, and we also want to see that many of these things start taking shape quickly, and there are very, very complex issues of financing the projects, and these envoys can sit together and see that how structuring can happen and how that multilateral funds can come in. And we also want to understand that we have already seen that some of the digital products like UPI have already gone into the French, some places in France, some touristy spots like Eiffel Tower already has a UPI thing. So UPI is one of the India's push for this IMEC thing. Can we see, when we go to Greece, we can use UPI? Is there a possibility?
Yeah, not today, but last year, Prime Minister Mitsotakis visited Greece, and there was a memorandum signed on that project of UPI with a Greek institution, and they are discussing now. So hopefully soon it will be possible to use UPI, which is genius. Yeah, we're working on it.
But the UPI is a beginning. We have a lot of digital infrastructure which is in place. We are using India Stack to do a lot of, bringing in those products. Do you see some excitement, that maybe, Indian products, which is a lot cheaper than, which are products which are available in the Western world? Do you see possibility of integration and, taking those digital products to Greece and the other parts of the Europe?
Oh, yes. I mean, with the prospect of that connectivity and IMEC, I think there would be a big push on all that digital products, which will be necessary in order to get over the practical difficulties of connectivity, different systems of customs, different systems of payment. So we have to push on that. We have to try and to harmonize, and of course that will push the digital profile of that project. And I have to say that the last 5 years in Greece, there has been a big effort on digitalization. We have a dedicated ministry right now, and that helped a lot. The first step was the public sector and the services that the public sector offers to the people, to the citizens, but I'm sure they are also supporting the private sector. So I think that in the framework of IMEC, these things will be pushed and move forward also.
Thank you, Ambassador Aliki. Ms. Ambre, if you want to add, what is your experience dealing with the Indian digital products? I used it in Paris, you know, the UPI payment system, and it was very, very convenient.
So on the digital part, but also energy part, I didn't hear all the introduction from Greece, but you just covered 2 points, which is the energy and digital part of IMEC. And this helped me to mention that for France, IMEC is an interconnection point in Marseille. So Marseille is not only one of the main parts of France, it is a triple hub. It is a digital hub, an energy hub where you have major hydrogen projects under development, and also industrial and shipping hub. When you talk about digital connectivity, Marseille is, as of today, the 7th digital hub in the world. If you have, and you can easily find it on internet, the mapping of undersea cables, you will see that this is a major interconnection point for that. So this is also building with these existing assets. And one of our objectives is also to leverage all this potential and to explore how connectivity can be fostered within the Mediterranean Sea. And I'll mention that France will host Head of State Summit on the sideline of the United Nations conference in June in Nice to talk about connectivity, shipping, terrestrial and digital connectivity between countries from Gulf, Mediterranean Sea, and also North Africa, which is a key zone for this topic.
Thank you, Ms. Ambre. Sorry, we have time till this moment. I actually wanted to ask you a lot of questions about the clean tech integration, you know, how we can, you know, collaborate. But I'm sorry that we have run out of time. Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you for giving us your time. Now to conclude, you want to say something or we can conclude?
I just want to say that it's a very exciting project, and the strategic relationships that we have with all the players along IMEC is really giving us a boost and push, and we're very hopeful. And hi, salut à Marseille, spécialement.
Thank you.
À Marseille.
Thank you. May I request Mrs. Meenakshi Lekhi to come and help us in felicitating Ambassador. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time and your insights. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambassador Aliki for you.